Al-Kadriyar sisters regain freedom after 19 days in captivity. Gunmen open fire on vehicle, abduct man along airport road, Abuja. Survivors of Ibadan explosion narrate ordeal as rescue efforts continue. On the foreign scene, 10 dead as Israeli strike hits residential building in Damascus. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for joining. And now the news in full. The four remaining siblings of late Nabiha Al-Kadriyar, abducted recently in Abuja, have regained freedom. The girls reportedly arrived their Abuja residence to the joy of family members, escorted by some security operatives. Their release is coming after spending 19 days in captivity, following their abduction on January 2nd, 2024. The four victims are Najiba, a 500-level quantity surveying student, her younger sister Nadira, a 300-level zoology student, both of the Ahmadu Bello University, Abuja, and their twin sisters, Habiba and Hasina. Uncle to the girls, Sheriff Dean, confirmed the development to Daily Trust correspondent in a telephone chat on Sunday morning. According to him, the girls' release was scheduled late Saturday, and they are already heading home, he said. It was gathered that although the 100 million naira ransom placed on them had since been paid, the bandits held on to them for days, putting the family in suspense until Saturday night. Earlier, in a statement signed by Sheriff Dean Al-Kadriyar, the family thanked Nigerians for standing by them during the trying and traumatic period. And now, barely 24 hours after gunmen raided an army estate at Kurudu on Thursday and whisked away a lawyer's wife and his mother-in-law, gunmen again attacked another residence along Airport Road, Abuja, after opening fire on his vehicle. The incident reportedly happened around 8:12 p.m. on Friday when the victim, identified as Abdullahi Sabo, was driving with his wife at Sabalupe Airport Road. It was gathered that gunmen inside unmarked golf car opened fire and deflated the tires of the car and whisked away the occupant. One of the victim's neighbors, Daromola Joseph, in a telephone chat confirmed the abduction of the victim, adding that the victim's wife managed to escape. The FCT has seen an increase in cases of abductions in the past weeks, raising concerns about the safety of the nation's seat of power. Meanwhile, a police officer has been killed and one other injured after some bandits attacked police officers at their duty post at Saki Jiki village in Bazari local government area of Katsina State. Reports say the attack took place on Thursday at about 8 p.m. when they stormed the village deceptively dressed in hijabs. The police public relations officer Abubakar Sadiq also confirmed the attack in a statement on Friday, stating that the officers responded bravely and successfully repelled the attack. Katsina is one of the states in the northwestern region that is affected by banditry. Others are Zamfara, Kaduna, Kebbi, and Sokoto. Our reporter in Katsina State, Abdullahi Ahmadi, gives an update.
At the moment, I can say some residents of the community informed Trust TV that Bazari Local Council Chairman has visited the area and sympathized with the people of the village over the attack, where he pledged to remain committed in supporting security operatives until the bandits are defeated. So you can see still Bazari happens to be one of the frontline local government areas which is ravaged by the activities of bandits. And of course, most of the communities of the local government have been ravaged, displaced, and mostly they are all farming communities. So there are a lot of issues there. And in other locations across Katsina State, you understand that almost on daily basis, you receive a report of attack in communities of Damusa, Safana, Faskari Sabo, Dandimi, and some parts of other local government, all in Katsina State, even though they are all frontline local government areas where activities of bandits have reached a significant level, where we can say it's unfortunate that despite all efforts being made, this issue of banditry continue to escalate, continue to persist, and we can understand that at the moment some of the communities are mobilizing themselves to confront this issue, and of course continue to synergize with security operatives to ensure that activities of banditry in Katsina State is fully dealt with.
Now, in the meantime, the Taraba State Police Command says it failed a kidnap attempt by kidnappers in Angwan Baraya, Serkin Dawaki Ward, near the Galadima of Muri Palace. According to the command, the gunmen who engaged the police in a gun duel but fell to the superior firepower of the police, which left 4 of the kidnappers dead, attempted to abduct a ward head known as Ardo in the area. Now to the rest of the report.
Angwan Baraya of Serkin Dawaki is one of the oldest areas in Jalingo, the Taraba State capital, where most of the traditional rulers of Jalingo reside, including the Galadima of Muri. The incident occurred on Saturday, January 13, around midnight, when the gunmen in their numbers stormed the village and began shooting sporadically. The shooting drew the attention of security personnel, who immediately mobilized to the area, while the gunmen made their way to the resident of the arson, who was the target of the failed abduction. In the ensuing gun duel, 2 of the terrorists were neutralized, while 2 others who fled the gunshot injuries later died. The Galadima of Muri, Muhammad Tukur, applauded the security personnel for foiling the kidnap attempt and urged them to remain resolute in the fight against insecurity in the area.
Of all the kidnapping that is happening in Jalingo, that of yesterday was different, because it hardly for people of Jalingo that did not had the gunshots that took place yesterday. So it was it was like we are in the war front. In fact, the military must be commended. We thank them. We are happy that what they have did, and as Oliver Twist, we will ask them more to do more for us.
The Taraba Police Public Relations Officer, Abdullahi Usman, said, while 3 of the kidnappers died on the spot, 2 corpses of the gunmen who fled the gunshot injuries were later found in the bush, adding that 23 of the attackers were arrested.
On receipt of this distress call, the Command CP deployed operatives of the Jalingo Division under the DPO. They respond immediately. With this swift response, they were able to rescue some of these victims, like the Ardo and 2 of his kids, children. And on the process, we were able to gun down 2 of these kidnappers in the gun duel, where they have a kind of return fire, but because of firing power of the police officers in there, they were powered. 2 of them were gunned down. We succeeded in gunning down 2 of them. And at the time of the report, the Command CP also deployed more men of the anti-kidnapping, also the striking force. We are on manhunt to make sure that those that were kidnapped were rescued alive and returned to their families.
He sued for cooperation from residents in terms of information sharing to ensure that incidents of this nature are reduced to the barest minimum.
Now, the Taraba Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has arrested 2 suspects over attempts to traffic 16 children. The suspects were arrested on Thursday at the Jalingo Main Motor Park, where the 16 children heading to Benin in another state. State NSCDC Commandant Adamu Salihu told newsmen on Saturday in Jalingo that the suspect gave their names as Daniel Madin and Federation Marcus. Salihu said the victims aged between 10 and 16, comprising 5 girls and 11 boys, were taken from Zinc and Bali local government areas of the state. The commandant said preliminary investigations revealed that the suspects were part of a bigger syndicate that specialized in trafficking underage children with the promise of a brighter future in Edo. He, however, said such children were often forced into dehumanizing jobs and the proceeds of such jobs confiscated from them by their handlers. In another development, as such, an investigation on the cause of Tuesday's blast in Bodeja continue, with the announcement of relief items for victims by both the state governor, Seyi Makinde, and President Bola Tinubu. Residents have continued to share their experiences in the blast with Trust TV. While many have called for severe sanctions for those found culpable, others are yet to recover from the aftermath of the blast. The report.
As residents of Ibadan still grapple with the unexpected explosion, some of them have called on the state government to provide adequate support in the areas of feeding, accommodation, psychological support and rehabilitation to assist victims of the unfortunate incident.
The one woman that is inside that day just went out. Before she come back, everything happened.
Who is the woman?
She's my brother's wife. Doesn't see anybody. Just yes. Don't see anybody to ask us say where we are going to live. We don't see anybody.
So when we reach our house, my madam wife, he caught by leg, the house help. Maybe we just saw her yesterday, already died. So it's for our forerunner, RAV4, and my own Jeep, Ford Edge. That's how this happened.
The Commissioner for Health in Oyo State, Oluwaserimi Ajetumobi, said 77 people were injured with 5 deaths recorded, while some dismembered bodies were also found.
Some have had surgery. A woman that had fractured had had surgery and she's stable. In University College Hospital now, we have about 5 still on admission. Then at Redeemers, we have 6 on admission. And the director, I just left Redeemers to check on our patients. And the director said later today, 4 will be discharged.
Similarly, the State Emergency Response Head, Temitope Alonge, noted that recovery efforts on the 4th day saw the team picking up missing body parts and assured of safety in the affected area.
Working very hard to get to Ground Zero by Monday. Ground Zero meaning we will have cleared off all the rubbles and taken away any hazardous waste that is at the site of the incident.
Meanwhile, Governor Seyi Makinde, while calling for calm and cooperation among the citizens, pledged to provide adequate shelter and sort the medical bills of the victims of the blast.
Also, let me use this opportunity to appeal to anyone still staying in any of the houses within 250 meters of Ground Zero to move out to government provided accommodation until we check the structural integrity of the buildings in this area. Well, at the same time, unscrupulous elements who may want to take advantage of this disaster to carry out any form of looting should be warned.
As many residents continue to ponder on the aftermath of the incident, some have said sanctions for erring minors and early detection will prevent such incidents in the future.
This is News Update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead, we take a look at the delectable Chuku cheese faces scarcity as the closure of the Nigerian-Niger border impacts its availability in the markets. Details of that and more after the break. Do stay with us. And welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the News Update on Trust TV. And here is a recap of some of our top stories. Al-Kadriyar sisters regain freedom after 19 days in captivity. And gunmen opened fire on vehicle, abduct man along Airport Road, Abuja. Now to more stories. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it is investigating a viral social media post alleging that a woman fried plantain chips using oil adulterated with polythene. NAFDAC's resident media consultant, Sayo Akintola, in a statement on Saturday, explained that the agency was taking a science-based approach to verifying the claim before taking any action, and assured citizens of its commitment to safeguarding public health amid the disturbing allegation. According to the viral post, a woman allegedly melted about 5 pieces of Olonka rubber, also known as polythene, into oil before grating plantain to make chips. According to NAFDAC, the post began circulating before the date the practice was supposedly observed without indicating the geographical location, adding that it will conduct a necessary laboratory investigation into the claim. The statement advised citizens to only purchase goods from reputable sources while checking for NAFDAC registration numbers on product labels. It urged Nigerians to be wary of products with suspicious packaging, objectionable smell or color, as well as unrealistically low prices. Chuku, a locally cheese made from camel or cow milk, is popular in some states in northern Nigeria bordering Niger Republic, like Katsina. Chuku is substantially imported from Niger Republic, though some insignificant percentage is processed and produced locally in northern Nigeria. The delicacy is, however, becoming increasingly scarce and expensive, with many people attributing this to the Niger border closure. Abdullah Yamadi completes the report.
Chuku cheese, made from camel's milk, is rich in calories, protein, calcium, and fat. It is commonly consumed in states like Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara, Kano, and Jigawa. Some eat chuku with dates to give a sweet taste.
The importance of taking chukuidas cheese is very important in the benefit for those that wants to increase in weight. But for those that have already, they are obese or they have overweight, it's not advisable for them. So it's good to be taking it in order to have strong bone, strong teeth, and especially in children.
At the moment, this rich delicacy is gradually disappearing since the border closure as part of sanctions imposed on Niger Republic by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, after military intervention in the country. Traders also attributed its scarcity to rising cost of production and inflation, coupled with continuous devaluation of the naira, making its price higher beyond the reach of the ordinary Nigerians who are to find what to eat. As it is at the moment, it is difficult to cross the borders to transact any business, and this is affecting businesses in both countries, not only Niger Republic. More so, our businesses are collapsing every day, and this is dangerous to the government and the people as well. The major difficulty we face is the exchange rate. The Nigerian currency is devaluing on a daily basis. As such, it is difficult to predict what the price will be. At the moment, we have chuku for 500 up to 1,000 naira, which before now was sold at 350 or 400 naira. Chuku processing and production is a business with hundreds of people in the value chain, but with its already shrinking fortunes, many chuku traders have been made redundant, posing threats to their livelihood and the economic linkage between Nigeria and Niger Republic. Beyond that, the little chuku processed and produced in Katsina is so insignificant to meet the market demand considering its numerous customers in Nigeria.
If the government can come to our rescue, two things they should do it in Nigeria. That is, they should raise the value of Naira and so also reduce or cut the price of petrol.
Observers say if the rising inflation is allowed to continue, small businesses in Nigeria may collapse, a situation that poses danger to the sources of livelihood of the people and could be a security threat to the country. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katana.
A delectable delicacy indeed. Now, residents of Kaduna State have been reacting to the verdict of the Supreme Court, which affirmed the election of Senator Obasani as the validly elected governor of the state. Trust TV's Bello Musa, who spoke to the residents, report that stakeholders are divided in their response to Friday's verdict of the nation's top court. Report. And now, away from Nigeria, an Israeli strike on Damascus on Saturday killed at least 10 people, according to a war monitor. The British-based monitor, with a network of sources inside Syria, said the targeted neighborhood is known to be a high-security zone and home to leaders of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and pro-Iran Palestinian factions. The mid-morning strike, which caused a large plume of smoke to blow into the sky, was also reported by Syrian state media. An AFP correspondent at the scene said the destroyed building was cordoned off with ambulances, firefighters and Syrian Arab Red Crescent rescue teams, all present at the site. Civil defense were busy searching for survivors under the rubble of the totally collapsed building, he said. The Mazar area is also home to the United Nations headquarters, embassies and restaurants. And now finally, on sports news, Al-Hassan Yusuf is expected to miss Nigeria's Group A clash with Guinea-Bissau on Monday. Yusuf is yet to fully recover from the thigh injury he sustained in the Super Eagles opening fixture against Equatorial Guinea at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The 23-year-old also failed to recover in time for Nigeria's 1-0 victory against Cote d'Ivoire on Thursday. The Royal Antwerp midfielder is expected to be available for the next game in case the Super Eagles make it to the round of 16. The Eagles will first do Joters in their last group game at the Felix Chapiot-Bogny Stadium in Abidjan on Monday. They need just a point from the game to guarantee a place in the round of 16. And with that sports news update comes the end of Trust News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.